Okay, here we go. Freestyle Friday number 9. Now, before you jump the gun on anything, this is supposed to be like a house party type song like 2004, so sing along when you can. That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home.
Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are here with Bill. I know a lot of you guys have been asking about him, so he's back. He's doing another video. On this one today, we got a shipment from Vampire Tools, and they were kind enough to send us their lineup of pliers and for us to do a review on. So today we're going to give an in-depth review on their lineup of their Vampire pliers. So go ahead and let's see what they're made of, Bill.
All right, so we'll start over here. This is a screw extractor. Comes with the punch bit. If you got a hammer down in there, and this nice little rubber insulator for make sure you don't hurt your little hands while you're hammering on this guy. And the bits come out of the handle. It's a pretty snug fit in there, which is nice. You get plenty of leverage with this plastic kind of T configuration, but we'll get into that later. They were also nice enough to give us a couple of these little demo pieces with some fucked up screws in there so we can check out and see how these things work, which we'll get to a little later. Next, these I believe are the newest product in their Pliers line. These are needle nose. You can see they have their signature teeth on the end, which is what they use to grip onto the heads of fasteners, where other pliers do not. So we got the needle nose. We got my personal favorite, the big 8-inch guys. These are just like a big pair of lineman's pliers with their, of course, grippers on there, little teeth, as well as a nice pair of side cutters. You can crimp stuff in here if you want. And they're pretty stout, pretty thick. And next up, these are cool. These are basically just a smaller version of the 8-inch guys that come with a little cover, and these are also spring loaded, so when you close them they'll spring open. If you don't like that, I'm sure if you kind of fuck with it you could get the spring out of there, but I think it's fine. Then we got the scissors, also come with a nice little cutter, and there's a nice little snap action that holds this cover on. You can hear that, so these aren't coming off. They're not going to go sliding off in your toolbox or your tool bag or whatever. Up we have the slip lock pliers. These are cool, you know, you can make them bigger. These get pretty wide. I don't know if you're going to be able to get anything off that's that big with these little guys, but that does it for the lineup. You can get all this shit out of the way. And let's dig this out. So we'll start here. These are a couple screws. These truss head and round or pan head, you can call it. You can see the profile of them here. This guy, the truss head, is really not much to grab on. I mean, that's like a fingernail's width on the top there.
Right there. Okay.
Got it. All right. So, and these are purposely fucked up number 2 Phillips, I guess, to show the capability of these tools. So we'll start. I have a number 2 Phillips screwdriver here, and we're going to try and take this screw out. And no matter how hard you're pressing on it, it's not doing shit. It won't bite.
Like, this isn't us just bullshit and trying to say it won't come out. Like, you,
all right, well, now, just to prove it's not bullshit, this one I did get out.
That one did come out. Okay.
So we're going to tighten that back down as best I can. Right? But we both saw that this little guy not going anywhere. Okay? So we'll start off with T-handle. Now, the T-handle, they give you the punch bit to get in there, but I found with these, you don't even need that. Just take this, you stick it in.
I want to turn towards the camera. There you go.
I'm not a fucking gymnast.
I know, I'm just...
And, there you go. Spins it right out. And once you crack it loose, since these are brandy new, it comes right out with your hands.
Now, can we get a shot of what the front of that bit looks like?
Yeah, I'm going to get right up in there. Let's tighten this back down. Cut this part out.
Yeah, I didn't know until recently that this was actually an extractor kit here, and it's got two different bits. So
you can see that's the end of it.
It's got like a biting type of style to it.
And then on the punch, this only has half the Phillips. Instead of being a plus or an X, it's just got a little wedge shape. So you hammer this in there, you stick your T-handle on, and you can wrench it right out.
Nice.
So now, with these same 2 screws, we'll try out some of the actual pliers. We'll go for my favorite ones, the big ones, the 8-inch. Now, looking at this, we showed you the profile. I didn't think any pair of pliers would be able to grab on that small of a profile. But with the design of these, they're really sharp. They can get right down on there, and those teeth just grab and bite. While you're squeezing that, shake them around.
There you go.
It's not going anywhere. So you can see that, I mean, it comes off no problem. And let me tell you, this it's just like those Knipex hose clamp pliers. You can shake this, do whatever, it's not coming off.
Yes, it's loose, but look, guys, look how little space that's got to grab onto, and it's holding it nice and tight.
Yeah, we'll get a better shot of the screw now that it's out. I mean, it's round. It's like a little dome.
So they do grab, and when you do grab onto them, you have a sense of security, because normally when you grab them with pliers, you're gonna bust your knuckles because they're just gonna keep slipping while you're trying to grab them tight and tight to hold it. But as soon as you grab them with these pliers, you feel it grab, so you don't have to worry about them slipping off the head of the fastener and then busting your knuckles.
And then we'll do the same thing for this other one. Maybe we'll grab a different pair. Try out these slip lock pliers. Same little vampire teeth.
Oh, I can't see.
Can you see?
Yeah. Yep. It just when it's that way.
So they grab right on. Same teeth on this bigger one. And it spins it right out. No problem.
Now, is that a different set of pliers?
It is. Yep,
Okay.
These are the slip lock pliers. I just grabbed these from a little stack over here.
Will those work on the lower profile fastener there?
Let's give them a shot.
Now this one here, as you guys can see, is significantly lower profile, the head of it. That one slipped a little.
Looks like maybe not. Let me try opening them up a little more. No. It does not look like the slip. Well, maybe. No.
Yeah, see, that's what you normally have to
avoid.
worry about on normal pliers. And that's fine. I mean, that's not saying that's a shitty pair of pliers. That is a really low profile bolt. But you can see how the bigger ones had no problem grabbing onto that.
You got to remember, too, I mean, if you look at the size comparison of these jaws versus these, the ones on these are much bigger. So
Right.
grabbing bigger fasteners, you want bigger pliers. Smaller fasteners, you want smaller pliers.
Right.
But now we're on to the little tiny ones. This is just basically the same set of screws, just about half the size.
There we go.
All right, so you can see, we can flip this over. Look, Vampires test block. This is.
There we go.
All right, so now we'll go for needle nose, the ones I was probably most skeptical about, just because looking at that, I don't think it would get much grip at all on anything. But same truss head screw. My hand stop being retarded. There we go. Grabs.
That's pretty impressive.
And spins it right out. Now, obviously, you know, you're limited by the size of the pliers. I mean, you can't grab a lug nut with these and spin them off. But for little tiny screws where the heads strip out, which we've all had it happen and we all know it sucks, I think these are a great tool. Now, the limitations that I can see just from using these a couple times, trying them out, is that I don't think really any of these pliers can get down into a recessed area. I think your best bet would be to use this, but unless the fastener you're going for is a Phillips head, you're not going to have much luck with that. Like, let's say you're in like a headlight or something where it's in a tube, these will not open far enough to grab the screw and twist it out. And then last, we're going to show you the scissors. One thing I think is cool about all these pliers is that they all look like they're Transformers. They look like they're Autobots or something, you know, with all this cool designing in the handles and, you know, even this. I mean, it looks like some kind of robot from the future.
Yeah, it is pretty neat. Now, what he's about to do with these is pretty impressive for a normal pair of, like, cutting shears. Like, we had no other way to demonstrate the power of these other than cutting a piece of paper or what we're about to do. And I think what we're about to do is going to speak volumes for a little pair of scissors such as these. So, have at it.
Now, I don't recommend doing this with any scissors, especially, destroying U.S. currency, whatever. But this is a penny. It's copper with some kind of nickel or whatever it is they put inside these. And most pliers, and especially not most scissors, they won't be able to cut this. But I'm going to stick that in there. And, well,
That cut like fucking butter, though.
Yeah, cut like butter.
We're gonna have to cut another one so you guys can see that didn't just fly out. But it cuts like butter. Yeah, you got to put a little pressure behind it, but it's a fucking penny, guys. He just cut a penny in half. He's like Superman.
I could do that with my fingers like this.
Yeah, look. See? He just did it.
Now, this one's already half cut, so I guess we'll call this cheating, but I'll try and catch the halves this time. So you can
Let's
see.
use a new one.
Okay, we'll try a new one.
And then I'll help try and put my hand over it a little.
Make a little bomb shelter for it. Cut so many pennies, I got no pennies left. There you go. Here's another one. You can see it's whole. No bullshit here. Stick this in there. We're going to squeeze. Okay, now we got to make sure no one loses a finger while you're doing this. Okay, there we go.
I think I heard. There it is.
Now we got both halves. Right through.
They cut a fucking penny in half.
And you can see, look, it left little razor serrations from where the blades of the scissors.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Through.
Perfect fucking.
So I think that's pretty impressive.
Now let me see these so you can get a good idea on like how thick and you know what I mean. They're not. There's nothing special, crazy special about these, like in their the way they're built. Like it looks like a normal pair of house scissors, but they're just remarkably strong and
really, really sharp. So you gotta be careful. And I believe all these pliers are made of Japanese Kobe steel, or Kobe, or however you pronounce that. Which I guess is pretty good stuff. Those Japanese guys know how to make a good pair of pliers. And I guess just for fun, let's see if these 8-inch ones will cut through this penny. Now we got this one that's already half started. Something happened. Look at that. Yeah, those cut a penny too.
Yeah, I'd expect more of that than scissors, but still pretty impressive.
Once you get started destroying money, it's hard to stop.
Now let me ask you, if there's anything you would, Bill, what do you think? What would be some suggestions on changes they can make to improve the maybe the cosmetics or the performance of these tools?
Well, as for the cosmetics, like I mentioned earlier, I think they look pretty fucking cool. I mean, the slip block pliers don't look as cool as these. They don't have the cool transformer stuff on there. But I would probably leave cosmetics alone. My one suggestion I have for this company, for Vampire Tools, if you could come out with a set of these that are like vice grips, lock,
right,
clamp down, pliers lock, grab, so then you're not squeezing and turning, you're just turning. I think that would be pretty neat. I really like the design up here, the little vampire teeth and stuff. That works great. It's a great idea and it works. But I'd maybe like to see in the future some kind of locking jaws, lock down, and then you can use all your force to twist rather than squeeze.
Okay. We also talked about this yesterday, and also Justin Dow mentioned it too. It would be nice to have some sort of storage for the 2 bits for this. Like if they had made it in here, they kind of look like they started to think about it, and then they just said, fuck it, because we don't know why this is designed to look like this.
Well, I'm not really too sure why.
It's a little odd that it would look like that and not have any storage space, but in no way, shape, or form do these bits fit into this unit. So,
I mean, it's got a good grip to it. I mean,
it does, absolutely.
Maybe for some reason, I don't know why this is in there. If they could make that so that these slide in like Bruce was saying, that'd be great. But I don't know. I'm definitely really impressed with the performance of this. This was something I didn't think would work super well, but at least with these provided fucked up screws, I mean, like I said, it just goes in and grabs. And that works going both ways too. It's not like an extractor where it only loosens. If you can't, if you don't have another screw like this and you have to reuse it, which I never recommend, you can tighten it right down.
These are definitely pretty fucked up. Like there's nothing shoddy about this. Like they did provide these, but they're not designed in a way to where they would, help the tool shine. They obviously you cannot take these out with a normal screwdriver. And so they provide these for us so we can demonstrate the tool. So we don't have to go and look for fucked up shit. And it worked. Did a good job.
Yeah. Overall, I'd say I'm real impressed.
What do you think about the price points?
Price points, I think, are very, very reasonable. I mean, I was looking around online at these, and you can get the most expensive pair is my favorite ones, the big 8-inch ones, and I think I found them for as cheap as like $30-35. Looking around on Amazon, eBay, all that stuff. But I did see, even off of Van Pliers' website, you can get the whole, pretty much all these pliers with the scissors and stuff. You can get all this for $165, I believe. Which, I mean, really, if you're a professional and you're buying pliers, buy them once and then have them forever, I think that's pretty reasonable.
Now, one thing I'm going to mention to you that you probably didn't know is that these are not lifetime warranty.
Oh, really?
These only carry a 4-year warranty.
Ah, okay.
So that might be something else we can put in there to up it. If you're making a tool anymore, to be part of the competition, you have to offer a lifetime warranty. A 4-year warranty might cut it, but when you're purchasing a tool, it doesn't sound nearly as good as lifetime. Lifetime is lifetime. The rest of your life, the rest of the time you own that tool, it's warranted, and that's what helps sell. That and a USA stamp. But I'll tell you what, this doesn't really matter to me where a tool's made. That doesn't bother me. I don't know about you, but
I just think that as long as the tool works,
right,
as long as you know that it's good quality, I don't care if it's made in China, Taiwan, Germany, Britain, or America, or whatever, as long as it's a good tool, I really don't care. I mean, I obviously support, the U.S. economy, and you can see how much Snap-on stuff I buy, so I like USA-made tools, but that doesn't mean I don't like foreign tools. And these are an excellent example of quality pair of pliers all across the board here, and I'm personally very impressed.
All right, so overall, would you suggest these to your average consumer?
Yeah, I would say that if you're a professional in really any kind of mechanical industry, be it like HVAC or, electrician or auto tech or, diesel tech or forklift tech, whatever, I think that a pair of these will help you out someday for sure. Everyone, like I said, everyone runs into messed up screws, rounded out, stripped, whatever. And having something like this that'll kind of save your bacon in a tough situation, I think
Save your
pretty
bacon?
valuable. Yeah, save your bacon.
There's always one per video. Everyone builds it.
I'll see you guys next time.
We got to get that in there.
We'll get that in.
Yeah. All right, so I think that about wraps it up for this video. We were going to do it in like individual tools, but they're all pretty much kind of serve the same purpose, so it would just be wasting our time and yours to go ahead and do them in separate videos because they're all have the same features.
They're all basically different versions of the same tool. Just
exactly.
Slightly different applications.
So, yeah, I mean, we give it our stamp of approval, and I'm going to, if it's not in there right away, it will be in there, the link to purchase the tools, and I think they're giving me a promo code to give to you guys to get them at a cheaper rate, so we'll see what happens, but just keep checking back in the description. So, that's it for this video, and
I'll see you guys next time.
That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my balls